Anyways, guys, I just finished off the document, so we'll just look through the answers and we will discuss on this video. So, anyways, that's that. So, welcome back to the Study Prep Guys channel, everyone. And this is CSEC 2019 Paper 2 Social Studies. This is part 2. You could watch part 1 if you haven't watched that, and you could come back to this here. So we did stop up to censuses. No, we did not stop to censuses. Yeah, no questions. So it says here for section B, I think, development of human resources. It says define a census. A census is a general survey of the population of a country and the changes that have occurred, usually over a 5-year period. Changes usually could be the birth to death rate ratio, the unemployment rates. All these things fall under censuses. So yes, that's what the census is. It says state 2 types of information a government obtains from a national census. They usually figure out the birth rate, the death rate, the migration levels. They usually figure out the unemployment rate versus the employment rate. These are all things that are usually included in that. It's outlining 2 ways in which government use information from a national census. They may use the information to improve sociological standing in the economy. This could be in the form of healthcare. If the death rate is drastically increasing, they may increase their sociological standing. You may ask the question, what exactly is sociological? Sociological is, when we come back down to sociological, we mean infrastructural development. What type of infrastructural development, you might ask? This is in the form of healthcare system to increase the livelihood of people and even increase the lifespan of a force within the economy. Increase employment rates. If the employment rate is very low according to the census, this goes back to the question beforehand. If census illustrates, or the census from the data obtained from a census shows that unemployment rates are extremely high, then the government will figure out that we have to act. We have to create more recreational facilities. We have to create more job opportunities. We need to do tax cuts on businesses so that businesses can come in our country and invest and stuff. All these things are some of the things that government needs to take into consideration when that's what they do with information that they obtain from a census. So that's that. It says here, suggest 3 measures the government may take to achieve the full participation of citizens in a national census exercise. One way that they could do it, and they usually do this in more developed countries, Canada, Australia, Australia, they usually do it in America, they do this in all of these demographics. They make it easier by including the internet. When the internet is in place now, it is more simplistic, more easier to actually get the information across. So through the internet, this makes the process generally easier and thus reduces the intimidation of a government official visiting your household. This is likely to be effective due to the simplicity of it. It's more simplistic, it's easy to do. Now let's look at another thing that they could do is mandatory regulation and sanctions. If you're not involved in the census, you will be sanctioned. Some negative applicable application will be put in place. This is likely to be effective due to the general nature of sanction being drastic, negative. So another thing that they could do is through economical programs educate persons on the social development that comes from a census. They should educate citizens via the educational branch or the educational system teaching younger generations and even older generations through bilateral programs in order to educate persons on the social development from census. They should tell people that, yo, if you have a census, the government will better understand the needs of citizens and the unemployment rates, and from that census, the government will be better able to operate in their executive branch. So this is the last one here. So it says here you had three options. You had either regional development or regional integration. You had tourism, but I chose regional integration. So it says here under development and use of resources for regional integration, Caribbean CSME, Caribbean Single Market Economy, the multilateral economic agreement to drive the regional economy. You have been asked to address a group of Caribbean investors on the topic above. In your address, give the meaning of the term multilateral economic agreement. State two of the main objectives of the CSME. Outline two benefits of the CSME to the Caribbean economy. Suggest three actions CARICOM heads of governments may take to overcome the challenges faced in the implementation of the Caribbean Single Market Economy. Explain why actions likely be successful. And this is my address to CSME. Good evening, esteemed Caribbean investors. It is an honor to speak with you on the topic CARICOM Single Market and Economy CSME, a multilateral economic agreement to drive the regional economy. Allow me to shed light on the significance of this initiative. On the definition of multilateral economic agreement, a multilateral economic agreement is a cooperative arrangement entered into by three or more countries or parties, aimed at fostering economical integration, trade facilitation, and mutual benefits across borders. In this case, the CSME represents a significant agreement among Caribbean nations to boost regional economic activity. Main objectives of the CSME: to facilitate the free movement of goods, services, capital, and labor within the region, creating a unified economic space. 2. To coordinate economic policies and promote sustained development among CARICOM member states. Benefits of the CSME to the Caribbean economy includes: number 1, increase market access. By eliminating barriers to trade, the CSME allows Caribbean businesses to reach a larger unified market, thus fostering economical growth and competitiveness. 2. Employment opportunities. The free movement of skilled labor enables individuals to find jobs across member states, while businesses can tap into a broader talent pool. Actions CARICOM heads of governments can take and their likely success. So one thing that they could do is, number 1, enhance public awareness campaigns. Educating citizens and businesses about the benefits and mechanisms of the CSME will encourage participation and support. Greater understanding leads to stronger buy-in, reducing resistance to implementation. Secondly, invest in infrastructural development. Building reliable transportation and digital networks will facilitate smoother movement of goods, services, and people. Improved infrastructure directly addresses logistical challenges, increasing efficiency. Thirdly, strengthening regional institutions. Empowering CARICOM institutions to monitor and enforce compliance with CSME regulations ensure consistent implementation. Strong oversight builds trust and confidence in the system. And that is how you do a proper essay as relates to CSEC on this bipartisan question. So yes guys, that is everything on CSEC 2019 paper 2. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. The study prep guy is out.
In a world of knowledge, where dreams take flight, There's a channel that guides the sun and is so strong. Man to one friend with wisdom and passion. He'll help us strengthen. Help us strengthen.